So I'm gonna be honest with you. This movie isn't good, but me and my buddies decided to watch the funny Winnie the Pooh movie. Why? Well, they released a tweet and it said it's Poohin time. That's about it. So the movie starts with our boy, Christopher Robin, and his woman. I don't know her name, I'm gonna be honest, but she doesn't last very long. So it really doesn't matter. Matter of a fact, we don't get a lot of names in this movie. They'll just kind of be like, this person, and then say their name as they're like dying. So I'm editing this probably 2 days later. It's nighttime now. It wasn't nighttime before. And, I got a different red shirt on, so I realized that as I was about to film this. The jacket will let you know the stuff that was originally filmed compared to now. It's Pooh! Pooh in time! So Christopher Robin and his girl, they go to the camp, and then they get caught by Piglet. He kills the girl. I can't show a lot of this because... but anyway, Christopher Robin and his girl, wife or fiance or something like that. Honestly, forget because it's not important because she dies in the first 5 minutes. Then they take him. That's the beginning of the movie. That's the first 20 minutes. That's a cold open. So then we move on to white woman jump scare.
I don't want to keep living how I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very important distinction. Why'd you wait to say how I am? I just don't want to keep living. So yeah, we meet. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know any of the people's names. I've already forgotten. It doesn't really matter because they barely say them. We meet our protagonist for the majority of the rest of the film. Her and a group of friends go to this just like old garage or something. Honestly, I don't know what's going on, and I don't ever figure out what's going on until the end of the movie. But they go there, they lose the woman and man that comes in with her. Legitimately, there's a man in the group, but he never shows up again, and then the woman that's with him never shows up again. We spend about 10 minutes just for them getting acclimated to the house. A whole lot of nothing happens. They take the phones, but then some people take their phones back. I'm more concerned about where this is in Britain, where there's enough woods and just a cabin in the woods. But eventually one of them gets the bright idea to go out into the woods. So yeah, Pooh decides it's Poohin time. He chases after her, shows her biddies by ripping off her shirt. I can't show you any of this, I have to describe it. Then takes her head, we'll use this wall, bam, 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 wood chipper. Whee! Use your imagination or go watch the movie. So after that pretty gruesome death, probably the most gruesome in the movie, I would say. There's some pretty good ones. I mean, the effects aren't good, but, $100,000 budget, I mean, Anyway, after a pseudo-lesbian scene, for some reason, and also every teenage boy's favorite part of the movie where we see some biddies. Anyway, after that, we get a really weird shoehorned-in nightmare scene, which just feels weird to me. I mean, the plot's already non-existent, so this just felt weird. So in this nightmare scene, for some reason, just this random creep, I guess, tries to cup a feel and get a sexual assault charge. And then we almost immediately cut into Pooh being like, hi, it looks like. It's the thumbnail, it's the main image from the movie. And then he whips Christopher Robin with his girl's hair because he scalped her. And then this is my favorite part. While it's going, the song, the track is just saying words. I think it says that smell. I'm just going to play it for a second. But I don't know. I have no idea what it's saying. So yeah, now we go into a hot tub scene with some nice biddies. Titties! I don't know her name, I'm gonna be honest. They never say the names till they're, dead. But yeah, she's getting images for Instagram or, photos for Instagram or OnlyFans or... It's hard to tell. Probably both for $9.99 a month. And then...
monthly subscriptions.
Ooh, shows up in one of the images. And then, slowly approaches with Piglet and then just... Yeah, you gotta be unaware or just awful. How she didn't realize two massive animal-human hybrids were walking up to her, I'll never know. But then they, she got a reality check. This isn't how she expected her Saturday night to go. This isn't how she expected to get railed. So they put her in the road. Who knows how to drive? And Piglet holds her down while he just over her head. And it goes like a melon. I can't show any of this. This is the problem. It doesn't even look good. I know I can't show it for both copyright and because her head goes splat and an eyeball goes flying. So use your imagination or watch the movie. Anyway, yeah, Pooh goes into the house, Piglet goes into the, follows two of the women, they get split up or whatever, and they end up in a pool. Indoor pool this time, not the hot tub. So Piglet slowly follows one of the women, the other one he walks over, she falls and he walks over, follows the other one into the pool. Slowly but surely, just two. So yeah, he just whacks her over the head and it's over. The other two come in after he's taken the surviving chick. This is hard not knowing any of their names, I know. The other two follow after, somehow having a gun in the UK. That's the honestly the most surprising part of the movie. Not two animal hybrids chasing after a bunch of white women that decide to go into the woods, but the fact that they have a gun in Britain. And this is my favorite cut of the movie. I think it's definitely up there. So Pooh has the woman that, they took tied down. And I guess he was feeling like a wife beater because... So while that's going on, the other two find Christopher Robin. So after that, they just go away and they save the girl. They all three go find Christopher Robin in like a shed or something. They're at the camp at this point. I suppose I should specify that the Winnie the Pooh crew camp or whatever. But yeah, they find Christopher Robin tied up. They free him. Some random woman screams. Her only name, this is the one I remember when looking at the cast, is just Maud Woman. I kid you not. Anyway, she has a stand down with Piglet. After wasting her one round. They have the scene that usually is at the final bit of the slasher where the protagonist confronts the antagonist, but now we have Pooh's buddy versus random Maud Woman we met 3 minutes ago, and it doesn't go very well for her.
While your two main villains are right there.
So while she's having her face mauled off, the others proceed to just sit there, and then eventually they decide to run. Eventually, after Pooh starts hauling, he starts pooing all over them. They decide to run, but one lags behind. I think it's the same woman that he slapped earlier. Editing me, let me know. That's going to be me in about 5 minutes, but let me know. So she decides to grab a hammer that's just conveniently there. And... So yeah, she goes ham. She kills Piglet until the next movie. Let's be honest, he's not actually dead because the movie made $5 million on a $100,000 budget. And Pooh senses it or something, comes up, grabs her, and you think she's gonna survive because she's seemingly like one of the more important ones. But I wish I could show you this one because it actually looks pretty decent. It's probably the best looking one in the movie. So I have to reenact it here. So imagine, all right here. Imagine this is the woman currently being grabbed up by Pooh. He takes, this is a utility knife, but this works. Takes the knife right into her mouth. You're welcome. Subscribe. So they finally make the right decision and run now that their another friend's dead. They run into the street where obviously it's a slasher, so there's a car of hillbillies, and it's the guy from the beginning that was in that garage I briefly mentioned and showed. He's there with his buddies. There's 4 of them. They decide to surround Pooh, and it looks like we're gonna get a big scene. And they do a little bit of damage, but then one of the guys hits him over the head with a bottle. I can't show you any of this, obviously. He goes super Pooh. He doesn't get golden hair, but he does go super Pooh, and he poos all over them. This part I can't show you, but he slaps the guy with the bottle and rips off half his face. And the next guy, Kali chops his arm off, takes his head as if it's a melon. We got to use this again. And he goes, gives a big old stomp. I can't show you this, and stomps on his head. The last 2, he just slices the dude's throat, and then the last one runs. He goes, oh, and then the bees come out of the forest and swarm the dude. I'm not joking. This is the movie. This is the movie. I allowed myself to waste an hour and a half of my life to watch this movie. I can't say I'm disappointed. Anyway, they get in the guy's car because he left the keys in and hit Pooh, but they don't double tap, so he magically holds on and starts to climb up. They crash by using the brake. I kid you not. They brake. He goes flying. It cuts. Magically, they're hurt when they just braked and stopped the car. Anyway, he takes the nerdy looking one of the 2 women that I still don't know the name of. The other one's kind of in and out of it. She looks up and he asks if he asked the age-old question. So no head? Anyway, Christopher Robin magically shows up in another car and hits him. Again, they don't double tap, so he gets out of it. The cars explode because movie. So you come to the age-old question. How are they going to end this movie?
How are they ending this? I'm so confused.
That's a great question. How do they end this movie? Now, obviously, I know because I've watched the movie, but you might not. I don't even know how to describe the emotions I felt watching the end of this movie. If you want to call it an end. We got the final girl. We got our boy. He lets the last woman die, meaning the entire movie was pointless, and then Christopher Robin runs in the woods, and then they play the credits.
No shot.
Dog!
Yeah.
Fun Tiffany's. I'm just gonna let Past Me close this out now. Subscribe. This has been a near week endeavor trying to get this to work and not get copyright and block like a list of like 200 and something countries. The ending, if you want to call it ending, Christopher Robin runs in the woods while Pooh's all over this woman. After killing the entire group we spent the last hour not getting invested in, but we were supposed to. I don't even know how to describe my thoughts on this movie other than it's a car wreck. There's funny. There's a lot of funny. You can't go in with, using your brain. You can't. There's a lot of bad gore effects. There's some biddies. That's always good. But the movie isn't good. Not in the slightest. I can't recommend you watch it unless you got some boys who are the legal age of 21 and can grab some brewskis with said boys. Then maybe give it a shot. If you got a Peacock subscription, it's like $5-6, whatever. Throw it on, I guess. Good weekend flick. Laugh with your boys. But that's about it. This is the first review on this channel. I mean, you watched more of it than you probably wanted to. So we'll see how this goes. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe. This is a experiment, this new channel. I have another channel if you like gaming stuff. But if you're brand new, you've never seen this ugly mug, well, I'm sorry. You've seen it now. You may as well subscribe. You've already seen it once. And also, you'd be pleased to know that in the next video, I'm covering the FNAF movie because we also watched that. So, that could be fun. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I don't know how to end this, so I may as well just have it fade to black.